Welcome to Real Life with Jenny. My name is Jenny Senapataratna. Grab your favorite drink, get yourself a snack, and we will get started. Today I actually have black currant tea. It's actually black currant breeze. Sorry, but it's a black tea. It's actually quite delightful. I'm not really a black currant girl, but it works. I also have a homemade ginger cookie, ginger molasses, which is one of my fave cookies. I made them at Christmas, froze the cookie dough, and now I'm making like 3 or 4 at a time. It is fabulous. And because today I needed an extra snack, I have a Walmart store brand, what are they called? Pop-Tarts. All of a sudden I'm like, what are these things called? Strawberry Pop-Tarts. So let's get real. I want to talk a little bit about my life as a teenager. So I'm no longer a teenager. If you do not know that, I'm in my 40s, almost 50s. Yesterday, I actually called myself 50. So maybe that's why I needed 2 snacks. Maybe yesterday I was like, I am so much closer to 50 than I am 40. And I called myself 50 in my 50s. And so maybe that's why I needed 2 snacks today. Anyway, but when I was a teenager, I've been kind of flashing back to that because my daughter is coming out of her she's still a teenager, but now she's an adult, that weird years of I'm still a teenager, but I'm currently legally an adult. And so it's been a really weird journey for me as a mom. Maybe those of you that have been through this, it has not been weird for you. It has been super weird for me. And she just went to her last camp, and because you could only go to camp through your senior year as a student, which makes complete sense because it's teen camp, right? That makes sense. And I remember teen camp, youth, junior high camp, elementary camp. I remember them all. I went to the same camp she's going to now, different leadership, kind of, sort of, because the guy that was in charge when I was a kid is now in charge of the entire state, but that's neither here nor there. But I have some phenomenal memories from that time. There are moments in my life that would not be the same because of those camp experiences. And I'm going to share one of them with you because why not? That's where we are. And if you are seeing this on video, yes, my dog is in a cone. He just had surgery. So thank you for those who have been praying with me online for him. He's doing great, other than driving us crazy and hitting us with his cone. Now, when I was a teenager, I had a great group of friends. I really lucked out. It was not, I just had a really great group of friends. I cannot describe how fabulous they were. And one of the things was we always roomed together at camp. All of us were together at what we called snow camp and summer camp and Lake Geneva camp. We were always together, and it was so fun. There was a group, of a core 4 to 5 to 10 of us, and I was just so blessed by that. But one of the things that when you go to camp, and you go to camp for 5 days, it's not that long, but as a student, it feels like an eternity. And we stayed in these cabins that my daughters actually never stayed in, which I think is kind of a travesty, but that's fine. And they were cabins that barely had electricity. They were wooden, rustic cabins is what they're called. And they were rustic. There's no bathrooms, obviously. You share a bathroom with everyone in the entire camp. Crazy. Now I'm looking back at it going, oh, I would hate that now. I would just hate that now. No air conditioning. I think there was one light, a couple electrical outlets on the side, and sometimes if you were using a blow dryer and a curling iron at the same time, it would blow up the fuse. Not that I know from experience. But 5 girls in a cabin, it kind of happens. And, there were always, my favorite part of the cabins, besides the girlfriends, was what people would write on the walls. And so you'd kind of see what the other camps had done and who had stayed there before. A lot of times we were in the same cabin every year, which was super fun. And so I really, like, I would look for like who was in love with who and who stayed there, what church they were from, and all kinds of things. Not that I ever wrote in the cabins. Okay, I really did. I did it twice. Anyway, yes, I'm a rule breaker sometimes. It's okay, guys. Like, the grace is there. It really is okay. So sorry. But one of the things is my girlfriend hated to get up for breakfast. Like, because you would stand in line forever. They did not have the multiple line system that they have now at the same camp. Like, now I think they've got like 7 lines or something, and everybody can go through these little things and get their food. There was one line. Like, we all stood in the same line. And so that was one of the funnest things for me, is all the people you met during line and all the games and all the songs. And we'd bring cards and play cards in line, because you were in line that long for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It was just the way it was, because we were always late. Like, we were never on time. We were never the beginning of the line. Like, if you don't know me, before Kevin, my idea of going to a party or going to an event was showing up fashionably late. Like, that was something that I really thought kind of was important, is you don't show up on time, you show up a couple minutes late. So we were always in line. And my girlfriend was like, I do not want to go to breakfast. And I was like, okay, well, I like to eat. That's important to me. Now, I never eat breakfast at home. Like, let's be completely real. I never got up in time at home to eat breakfast before school, let alone get to school on time. Like, those two things did not happen in my life. So that at camp, I was like, I need breakfast, was kind of ridiculous, to be honest with you. I think it was just the idea that someone had made food for me and I didn't want to give it up. Like, because breakfast was, they had like little packs of cereal, and even to this day when I see those little packs of cereal, the nostalgia just overwhelms me. Like, I just get like, wow, those are so fun. They're not that fun, but they just make me joyful whenever I see them. And then they'd have like a hot option, they'd have orange juice, they'd have milk. Like, I was just blown away by all the opportunities. And so when my girlfriend was like, we're not gonna go down to breakfast, I was like, what are you gonna do? Like, this is a horrible idea. And so for the first time in my life, I think it was probably junior high camp. I think it was pretty junior high camp, because we had become friends at that point. We became friends around 5th or 6th grade. And by 7th and 8th grade, we were inseparable. Like, it was just, we did everything together. And so this whole group, and she brought a toaster. Now, I now think back and go, how did they allow us to have a toaster and not have scissors? Like, you know, because they take all the stuff away from you that is like bad for you, I guess. I don't know. And so they took away our scissors that year, I remember, but they let us keep the toaster, which I thought was a little odd. But, you know, now even as an adult, I'm like, that's a little odd. But okay, here we are. And she brought something that I had never tried in my life. I had seen from afar when I was grocery shopping with my mom, but I had never tried them. And that was the strawberry Pop-Tarts. Now, I remember thinking, what are these weird little things in a silver container? Like, these do not look like they should be breakfast food. And she let me try one. I actually tried it untoasted, and I have never toasted one since. Because she was like, I'll have half, you have half. And I was like, okay, that seems fair. What does that mean? Like, I had no idea. And I honestly it was life-changing. Like, not life-changing. Okay. That camp was life-changing. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of coming down with a cold, so I apologize for the little bit of coughing and stuff that's happening. Anyway, I just was like, this is mind-blowing to me. Like, that there is this delicious little food inside of a packet. Like, how is this even happening? And she'd put her in her toaster and it'd come out and it'd be all gooey and warm. I've never done that. And in fact, I have never in my entire life tried another Pop-Tart other than this strawberry Pop-Tart, because I was so hungry that morning. And it just kind of, a couple of days ago, I went in to my, a snack drawer. We have a whole cabinet of snacks, because that's where we are in life. We are rich enough to have snacks. And I just love that about my life, like, because I'm a snack girl. I love snacks. And so we have a snack drawer, and I opened it up, and there they were. Because at Walmart, for under $2, you can get 12 of these fake strawberry Pop-Tarts. And I have never toasted them because I'm not that brave. In fact, the other day I was like, maybe I should toast them. And then I was like, I should probably ask to see if that's a good plan. Like, because I've never eaten any other ones. But this young lady in my life stretched me to try something new. Like, it was something that I never would have done by myself. I never would have gone to Walmart, or I don't think we had Walmarts at that time, but a Rainbow, that used to be the shop that we would shop at for our groceries. I don't think they're around anymore. A Red Owl, those of us who have been around for a smidge, it doesn't matter. Those are the two grocery stores I remember as a child, and we would go. I never would have gone and picked them up myself. And it was just really kind of a fun thing when I looked up and I thought, oh, I'm so grateful for those friends. I'm so grateful for those memories, because they encouraged me to do new things that I never would have done. Like, I never would have eaten goldfish. Now, granted, that sounds the stupidest thing, because we're like, goldfish are crackers. No, we actually got points at camp for swallowing a goldfish, which now I look back and think that is the most horrific thing on the planet. Please do not do this. Do not try that at home. But we got like 20,000 points or something like that if one of us would eat a goldfish. And I was like, sure, I'll do it. I can swallow things really easily. That's something that doesn't bother me, because I had been taking like horse pills at that point for my migraines. Because as a young adult, I had migraines that were debilitating. I'd like black out. It was horrible. And so I could swallow huge pills. So a little teeny minnow or a goldfish or whatever they were, I could swallow that without even thinking. Like, I did stuff that I never would have done without my girlfriends. And I think I have girlfriends like that in my life now too. I have my husband, first of all, who pushes me beyond my boundaries. He is an inventor. Like, he loves to think up new things and do wild stuff. And if it were up to me, like, we would be eating like SpaghettiOs every day. Like, I like to do new things. I like to be brave, but I just don't think of them. I don't have that kind of capability to like think of new things. And so I have girlfriends in my life that are like, hey, let's go do this. Let's go try this. Let's do this. And when they're like, hey, Jenny, what do you want to do? Yeah, don't ask me. I have no idea. Like, I have no clues. I am not inventive like that. But I have had the blessing of having people in my life that have created new things for me and given me such cherished memories. And so I just encourage you, if you're one of those people that have great ideas and come up with really fun ideas and really fun things, share them with your friends. Like, share them with the people in your church. I understand that they don't always want your opinion. Like, I get that. But sometimes God has given certain people creativity, and it is okay to share those. Share your snacks. Like, I wish if I could go back, I used to tell my daughter, share your snacks with your friends at school. And then she was like, Mom, it's against the rules. I can't do that. And I was like, okay, don't break the rules. But, share your snacks, because there's things that you have in your life that some other kid has never tried and may never try unless you share it with them, because they can have just a little bit. Like, that is my problem, is I love a good snack. Like, I am really, like, snacks are my thing. But I will try them, love them, and then not finish them. Like, I'm not a good finisher of snacks or projects or pretty much anything in life, so that's kind of weird. Anyway, if you're one of those people, share with us. Like, share with me. Give me your ideas. If you have ideas for this podcast, come on down. Give me some ideas. I'd love them. I just, I'm not one of those people. And if you're one of the people like me that are kind of like, I'm stuck in a rut, find some adventurous friends. Find maybe one or two people in your life that are going to push you outside your limits. And you know what? Sometimes for me, that's God. Okay, a lot of times, I just better rephrase that. A lot of times in life, that is God for me. Like, when I'm reading the Bible, and he's speaking to me about things. I am constantly pushed outside my comfort zone because the Lord comes in and goes, hey, Jen, why don't you try this? And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. And he's like, no, hon, why don't you try this? When I wrote my book, The Unnamed Zookeeper, like, I was like, this is such a bad plan. I don't read, like, let alone write. Like, this is such a bad plan. And God was like, Jenny, one chapter at a time. And he would show me different ladies in the Bible, and they like, here's what I think about it. And I was like, wow, so do I. Like, here we go, God. It was just such an amazing adventure that I got to go on with the Lord. Whether it's the best book on the planet, it doesn't really matter. It's my adventure that I got to go on with the Lord, and it was just so phenomenal, and I'm just so grateful for it. So what in your life is God like trying to stretch you with? Like, there are times in our lives that it's okay to be content. It's okay to like sit and be and just kind of live in where you are. And then there's other times that you need to be stretched and you need to go beyond that. And I just encourage you to find people that are going to stretch you and find people that are going to help you experience new things. Because I'm telling you, I look back at all the friends throughout my life, and you know, they come and they go. Sometimes they move away. They, you know, have babies before you do, and their life changes. You know, different things like that have happened to me in my past. And I look back at those friendships and go, boy, did they teach me a lot. So, first of all, go and make some friends. Like, it's hard. You have to work at it. As an adult, it's not easy to have friends. It's not easy. They don't just come. Like, in high school, like, you were in the youth group together, so you were friends. Now I'm like, okay, I go to a big church. Like, I don't know where to find friends. And I'm never there. Because we speak every Sunday somewhere else. Like, it's hard. It's hard to find a friend, but you have to work at it, and you have to invest in people, and you have to be willing to make mistakes and go out with people that you're like, oh wow, that is not a good fit for me. I think we would kind of drive each other crazy. Like, go out and experience friendship, and also ask the Lord to help you be creative in something new that he wants you to do. Well, that is all I have for you this week. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Real Life with Jenny. You can also support this podcast and the snacks that we have by buymeacoffee.com/Real Life with Jenny. I just really appreciate those of you that have been supporting this ministry. It just means a ton to me. You can also find me at christconnection.cc/Jenny. All of my info is there. I ask you as I close this up, we are in the middle of our summer of miracles, which means we are looking for God to do miracles in our lives, and financially, emotionally, and spiritually. We just have so many things that we need God to step in and touch. And so I just ask you to pray for our ministry and our family as we're walking through this. But also, I pray for miracles in your life. And maybe for you, a friendship that is true, that would be stretching, that would be fun, that would be creative, would be a miracle. And so I'm going to pray that with you. Just reach out and let me know that that's something that you're looking for. All right, guys, I just hope that friendship is something that encourages you, loves you, and that your friendship with Jesus is something that's even more special than any friendship you can have here on the earth. You all have a great week.